to my basement. As we all know, at least those of us with a few years on our back, everything was harder, more work, and perhaps even more satisfying back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and maybe even early 2000s. We built our own house, created our own firewood, grew our own food, and when we wanted to listen to MP3 files, we of course created our own MP3 player. This is probably how my own music player was born in 2004, as there are no other good explanations for it, really. Firstly, it was a command line tool to play CDs in the background, but as all homemade software, it kinda grew out of control to a fully fledged MP3, CD, and streaming capable player. Anybody remember Shoutcast? The MP3 streaming protocol that inserted information about the song currently playing midstream for players to extract and display to the users. My player even supported that too, and enabled you even to set up your own server that streamed out your library or MP3 files for those of us daring enough to connect. So why this sudden nostalgia for my old project? It started when Winamp just released a new version of the MP3 player used back in the day, sort of. I didn't initially think about my own project until I listened to the guys in This Week in Retro talking about Winamp and if or even why people would want to use an ordinary MP3 player today. Then I started to think about the other players I used back then, like MediaMonkey or even iTunes, and my good old iPod. Then, didn't I implement an MP3 player back in the day? So in this video we will check, is the project still online after all these years? Would one be able to download the source of it? And will this forgotten gem of a music player actually run on Windows 11? So let's start at the beginning and try to locate the project. Today people use GitHub, but back then everybody was using SourceForge to forge the new software. The source control software of choice was, of course, CVS instead of Git. So let's see if we can find anything. My player was called Pimp or Pi Player, I believe. Let's see, Pimp first hit. And there you go. It's actually here. Pimp is short for Python music player. It started out in 2004 as a command line tool for playing CDs. The scope of the project kind of grew, and now it's a fully functional MP3 player with a UI. Check it out. Okay, so under files we have, if it works. Okay, so we have actually one pre-packaged distribution of the project, and let's see if we can find the code. So that's in CVS, as I said, CVS Access. Okay, so this is the command, and it's a good thing that it's listed because I would never remember this. If I'm not mistaken, you can paste this into your browser. Okay, so they have taken down CVS write mode at least, but you should be able to read it with or download the code with this command. So let's install CVS and see if we can download the code. So let's install CVS or the concurrent versioning system. I haven't used this in about 8 or 10 years, so but it's still available on non-gnu.org apparently. So yeah, let's download it for Windows stable, and the latest version is 1.11.22. Extracting that, and you're left with one binary, which you put in your Windows path somewhere. Let's just put it under CVS. Yeah, so then we need to put this in our environmental variables, which of course are localized to something else in Norwegian. Let me see, path. Add it to your path. Okay, done. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it can find CVS. Yep, it's working. Let's download the project and see what we have. So the idea here is to copy the command from the project page and let's execute it. Yeah, it did a full checkout of the code. CVS folder is just for the versioning system. Okay, so we have a changelog actually. Not much here. We have specified the shortcuts to use the player. License. These are all the images and the skins. Oh, the player was actually skinnable as well. But here we are. The full source of the project. Yeah, so initially the project was started in September 2004. So let's try to install the binary release from SourceForge and see if it still works on Windows 11. Yeah, so you have to run it, bypass the security check. This is scary software. Let's just install it. Desktop icon would be nice. Okay, so let's fire up the player and see if it works on Windows 11. And it actually does, it comes up. Nice. Let's see. As my hard drive is no longer overflowing with MP3 files, I decided to download the Epic Commodore C64 SID collection, which is available in MP3 format here. I haven't really looked much into it, but I've seen it featured on YouTube a while ago, and there are some really nice tunes there. Each the collection is divided into sectors, and the web page here explains what you can find in each sector. So let's open the playlist. There you go. Of course, the player reads the MP3 track information, which is in the... I can't remember if it's in the beginning of the file or end of the file. Regardless, let's open up a song and see if it works. Okay, so as you can see, the player is actually fully functional still. There are some quirks. You have to unpause by hitting the pause button again. You can't just hit the play button as I tried to do. And there is an obvious feature missing where you cannot control the volume directly in the player. So you use the system volume settings. Yeah, but other than that, this 15-year-old player is still running on the most modern operating system. So that's pretty nice. It's also good to see that SourceForge is still keeping all the code around and making it available to the public, even though it's been a few years since the last upload to my project which was in 2006 apparently. So yeah, good to see the project running again. Well, if you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.